Your resume is one of your key assets, one of your greatest marketing tools to get you an interview. And so you have to make sure you are doing it right. And I will be honest, I am seeing a ton of terrible information out there right now. Canva, I'm looking at you. So today in this video, I am going to give you the 10 resume tips you need right now. Let's get started. So I am Cassandra, and I help motivated professionals build their careers and businesses through practical tips to gain career confidence. And today, those practical tips are all around your resume. So number one, and take notes on this, y'all, because you're not gonna have this memorized, or if you wanna go watch the video again, I'm cool with that too. But you're not gonna remember all these things, and I promise you, the last one you're gonna be really surprised by. So take some notes. So number one, you do not need your address on your resume. Having your address is old school. No one's sending you something in the physical mail anymore, so take it off. Depending on where you live, I don't think it hurts to still put your city and state, just so that maybe some of these big companies know you are local to the area. You're not thinking of switching positions from another state or looking for an internship from out of state, etc. So if you're local to the area, keep city, state, but we don't need your address. Okay, number two, your education section goes at the top until you get your first full-time job, and then it moves to the bottom. So if we are a December grad, we keep our resume at the top until we get that first full-time job, and then we move it. If you've been out of school for years, your education goes at the bottom. And please, oh please, this is just a bonus, do not have high school on it anymore. Okay, tip three. Your skills section needs to have what we call hard skills only. So those are software, social media, and languages. You do not put soft skills in that section. Those are communication, team player, leadership. You can't just say leadership, or you can't just say excellent communicator. If I gave you my resume and on it I wrote hilarious, and you've never met me, you'd be like, what the? This person just thinks they can say they're funny? You would never be okay with that. But yet, some of y'all think you can just put excellent communicator, and we're all gonna read it and go, oh, they must be an excellent communicator if they wrote it on their resume. Nobody ever lies. No, you can't write those soft skills there. So put those in your bullets, in your job descriptions, and then I get to decide you're an excellent communicator. Which brings us to another tip. Your resume should be bullet points, not paragraphs. I never want to see a paragraph on your resume. Fun fact, no one's reading your resume all the way through. They're skimming it. And if you have things in paragraphs under your experience, or even in your skills, I'm not reading them, so I'm missing out on really good information about you. So make sure you put it in bullet point format so that my eye can just go right down the page and see all the awesome things you've done that would make you a great candidate for me to call to bring in for an interview. And then, next tip, if you write nothing else down, write this one down. This is the bullet point formula. This is how all bullet points should be written. They are action verb plus the task plus how or why. Okay? Action verb, communicate, deliver, correspond. I don't know who you are, but yeah, correspond. Literally go on Google and just put in action verbs sheet and 8,000 results will come up. Go through that and highlight any word that you go, yep, I've done that thing. Yep, I've communicated with people. Yep, I've delegated something. Yep, I've led a team, like lead. Great. Use those words to start off, and then tell me about the task, and then give me a how or why. Most of the time it's a why, sometimes it's how. So, it's communicate with all customers, ongoing promotions and specials. That's your action verb and your task. That's it. You need to tell me why. Is it to ensure excellent customer service, or is it to assist store in meeting monthly target sales goals? Those are two different reasons and they're both viable, but adding that piece paints a picture for me of why I should bring you in. So make sure you do the full bullet point. And then that is a great bullet point if you do action verb plus task plus how or why. If you want to make it awesome, you add a result. So the result should be resulting in store being top in division 5 months in a row. Great. If you don't have a result, it's okay. I worked at Express in college. I couldn't tell you how many cashmere sweaters we sold. I couldn't tell you if we were the top store. I didn't pay attention to that information. So if you don't know, it's okay. Your bullet point's still good. But if you want to make it awesome, add the result. All right, tip 6. So quantifying draws the eye. If you can add numbers on your resume, it takes a resume from great to awesome. And I want you to write the numeral. So this is not an APA style paper, even if the number is 6, like trained 6 new employees. I want you to write a 6 because it's going to draw my eye. In the middle of all those letters, I'm going to see a number and I'm going to pay attention to it. So use numbers strategically where possible because they are going to help draw the reader to things that you want them to see. Plus, they paint a stronger picture. If you just said train new employees, I go, okay, cool. When you say trained 6 new employees or trained 60 employees, paints a picture of what you were doing. So use numbers to your advantage. Okay, tip 7, match that job description every time you apply. So your resume is a living, working document. You are going to change it all the time. Save a copy on your computer as your master resume, and then when you go to apply for a job, you have to change the wording every time to match that job description. Please do not use an easy apply button on Indeed, on ZipRecruiter, on LinkedIn. I love some of those sites, but don't use that easy apply because you won't get found in their results to be a match. The way they decide that you are a great match for the position is to see how many words in your resume match the words in the job description. So make sure you are taking the time to match that job description every single time. The easiest way to make your resume look awesome and professional very easily is to, I said easy twice, but whatever guys, is to play with format. So I don't want you to use a billion fonts, but I want you to play with format, which means use bold, all caps, and italics, and then combos of those things to your advantage. So what you want to do is vary it. You're going to use these things to make things stand out, but we have to be different between the types, yet consistent. This makes no sense until I explain right now. So if experience is all caps and bold, education and skills should be all caps and bold, right? Your subject headers all have the same format. But now, because you've used all caps and bold, our company names need to be a different format. So maybe they're just bold, right? It's gonna stand out. But if one company name's bold, they're all bold. So we stay consistent in our companies. Then, because of that, well, our titles need to be something different. We can't make them bold. We can't make them all caps and bold. Let's make them italics. Great. So now your titles are all italics. They are all going to stand out. If you take 5 minutes right now and just change this on your resume, it is automatically going to look more professional. And you decide which ones you want to have be what format, but play with that format and then keep it consistent throughout the type. I really hope that made sense. Okay, tip number 9. There should be no photo on your resume. Now, guys, Canva has templates out there. Etsy has a billion templates. I think even Google has one of these templates that has a photo place spot on that template. Please do not put your photo on your resume. There are many, many corporations that have a policy of if there is a photo, we automatically put that person in the trash. No matter how much they match that job description, no matter who in the company recommended them, there's a photo on that resume, they're trashed because they do not want to even come close to being accused of discrimination. Oh, well, this person was this race or this age or this level of attractiveness. They don't want to come close to it. So please, please, please do not put a photo on there and quit using those templates on Canva. And y'all, I love Canva. It makes my heart hurt to have to say this, but their templates for resumes, they're all wrong. So speaking of templates and Canva and Etsy, here is my biggest tip tip for you, advice for you that is maybe gonna surprise you. No one cares about your creative design. I want you all to quit using templates. Use a Word document or a Google document and just get the key information on the paper. Some of y'all are spending way too much time making columns and deciding if your name should be hunter green or eggplant purple, and nobody cares. That is not what's going to get you the job. What is going to get you the job is, do you have the information on the page that tells me you are a good fit to bring in for this position? And what I have found is majority of those designed templates don't leave enough space to really share what you can do, or you have to cram it down to like a 9-point font. I've also heard from recruiters that in the skills section, people love to put like bars of how well they know a skill. And my recruiters have said, that tells me nothing. Like, so great, all you did was tell me you know Photoshop more than you know Illustrator, but on what level is this? This isn't like certified of, oh, I've got 4 dots. Like, nobody knows what it means. So don't worry about those bars. Don't worry about graphs. Don't worry about icons. I want you to remember content is what matters. And don't just take my word for it. Recruiters that I talk to from Fox, from Disney, from NBC, from DreamWorks, they all say, I just want to see that you can do the job. Unless it is a graphic design position, nobody cares about your design. Now, once you've got all the content on the page, if you want to make your name Hunter Green, you go right ahead. But just remember, spend more time on the content than on the design, because that's what's going to get you called in for the job. No one's looking at your resume and going, God, they have none of the skills I need, but wow, that color choice on their name, this is a winner. Nobody cares. So focus on content. Okay, so I hope this was helpful in figuring out what you need to include and don't need to include to make sure your resume gets seen and gets you called in for that interview. If you need more help on this, or you just need a little refresh, I have a guide, 3 keys to a resume that gets read, that you can get in the description box below, so go check that out. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe and notification bell so you know when new videos come out, and that's it for today. I will see you in the next one. Bye!